Education Today. I'm Ashlyn Bashlin of Katanning High School in the Armstrong School District. Tonight we're going to start a new segment here at Education Today. With the budgets becoming tighter and tighter, faculty and staff alike need to continue to be creative in each way to stretch everything out of every dollar. With that, there is a handful of teachers who use their creativity and innovative ideas to write grants so they can potentially receive monies for their classes. Twice a year, the AHS-TV Foundation accepts grant applications from any faculty or staff member who works in the Armstrong School District. Grants are submitted in May for the fall semester and in December for the winter semester. So beginning tonight and continuing for the next 8 weeks, Education Today will be about various grants that were awarded during the 2011 and 2012 school year and bring the authors down to speak about their grants. Tonight we have one guest with us to talk about his grant. Welcome to Education Today. Would you please introduce yourself?
My name's Eric Gromley, or Mr. Gromley, as most students know me as. I'm a tech ed teacher at Katanning Junior High School and a driver's ed teacher at Katanning Senior High School this year.
What was the name of the grant that you were awarded?
The $500 classroom grant I was awarded was entitled Bridge Building, and it was implemented during the 2011-2012 school year.
What kind of grant did you apply for, and what students were impacted by it?
Well, the $500 classroom grant was applied for a technology education project, and just that in its title, Bridge Building. And it impacted senior high and junior high students enrolled in technology education.
Can you tell us a little bit about the grant that you wrote?
Yeah, it was comprised of designing and building model bridges out of balsa timbers, and it introduces several technology education objectives throughout the activity.
Now, what did you do to come up with this idea?
Well, I came up with the idea through past knowledge, of course, technology education magazines and research that we have to do on a regular basis. There are several supply catalogs as well that have many tech ed activities already set up in them, and they have some excellent ideas in those as well.
Right. Did this grant cover only your classes, or did multiple grades and teachers take advantage of this?
This activity can be used in any of the tech ed classes in the district that are grade level appropriate. It's designed to cover engineering, innovation, design, and design concepts.
Interesting. How did the students react to getting this grant awarded to them?
The students are always receptive to hands-on learning. That's what technology education is about, and that's what this grant helped to bring about. And I saw a sense of accomplishment and success from the start to the finish with the students in the activity. There's a lot of energy in the classroom.
That's always good.
Yeah.
Have you noticed any more difference in the students' learning as far as picking up the concepts more quickly related to that?
Some students grasp concepts a lot easier when they can do hands-on or mind-on activities. So, when given hands-on problem-solving activities, they can answer the questions, why do I need to know this?
Right.
And that helps out a lot when you see an application for what you're learning.
Right. What was the process of writing the grant like?
Well, thanks to the AHS-TV Foundation, they had a clear outline format for me to follow. Mm-hmm. And that made it very easy to, I guess, stay within the requirements that they wanted to achieve. So it guided me through the whole process. And I did have some curriculum development and training in the past as part of my teacher training years ago, but it's always an ongoing process.
Right. Other than the grant that you had asked for, have you ever written anything like that before?
I have. I wrote one other ASD Foundation grant, and in a previous school district I had been involved with some grant writing as well. Pretty much the same format as what we had here.
It's always good to stick to the same stuff, right?
Yeah.
What is the biggest benefit that you have with the grant that was issued to your class?
I would have to say that student enthusiasm and taking charge of the activity and learning process is kind of a priceless thing, and that's what I've seen. That these activities create a lot of energy from the students and in the whole learning process, and it's a lot of fun, and like I say, it's a priceless activity to have in a classroom.
Right, it's always a good thing. Alrighty, well, thank you so very much. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back with Armstrong School District's Education Today. Stick around.
Before I came to IUP, I had no idea what college would be like, or what role I would play, or where I'd be in the future. But when I came to IUP, everything changed. I met people who really made me feel like I belonged. I had great classes at a great nationally ranked university. Hi, my name's Megan Miller. I'm a fine arts major, and this is my university.
We're back with Armstrong School District's Education Today. We're talking about the grants awarded through the ASD Foundation. Tonight's grant is Bridge Building with Mr. Eric Gromley. Now, just to give a clue to some of the people out there, would you please give a brief description of the tech ed classes that are available?
Sure. In most of the high schools in the district, you have an opportunity to take the course titles as follows: communications, wood shop, metal shop, and power technology, power tech. In the middle schools, there's also Intro to Tech Ed 8 and the Intro to Wood and Intro to Metal as well. So those are the courses, most of the courses that are taught. And there's a lot of information within each one of those courses to set and discuss each one of the courses and all the different topics that they cover. We don't have enough time today on this show.
Now, have you been able to sustain this grant for this year, or is it only a one-year project?
Well, it was written for a one-year project, but when you're using tools, materials, and supplies in the classroom, depending on how the students use those and everything's taken care of during the class, you sometimes can eliminate some of the waste that you might normally have. When using balsa wood, I guess, if you cut the part out of the middle of the piece of material, then you don't have a lot left over. But if you discuss the fact that you're starting from the end of the material or using the edge of the material to cut out your pieces as you go, then you can conserve the material, and the longer pieces that you need, you'll have those. And I guess to make another point, when you're working on a job as well, you use your materials wisely and try to save your company money so that you're successful. And doing that, you're working safely as well. You're handling the materials safely, and you're incorporating conservation and recycling practices as well. Taking care of the tools and equipment like real-world applications. Made the materials and tools and supplies extend into this year actually as well. So we were able to bring those materials to the class where I was at this year, and we're doing the same activity with more students.
It's good. It's always good to continue over from the next year, from the previous.
Right.
Now, can you explain what exactly is STEM objectives as it permits to the students?
The STEM objectives as they pertain to technology education students And there's a difference there because STEM, the acronym is as follows: science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Okay, and that's what the acronym STEM stands for. The T&E in STEM is technology education, and that's technology and engineering. That's technology engineering's part in STEM. And one of the things, I guess you'd also want to know what technology is. And technology is the innovation, change, or modification of the natural environment to satisfy human needs and wants. And then engineering being the lessons are project-based and integrate or reinforce, and I want to reinforce the word reinforce the other courses, such as other subjects such as science and math and language arts. Students get to tap into students' natural interest in problem solving that way. Okay. So STEM is a term that you want to, I guess, be sure you define that, can be reinforcing the other courses in technology education, not necessarily those courses.
Right. What STEM objectives were met while working through this project?
Well, I guess as I stated in defining what technology education and engineering, or technology and engineering are in technology education, the following concepts were covered. The design concepts, manufacture and operation of efficient and economical structures, machines, processes, and systems. That's a mouthful, isn't it? And it's, to simplify that, it's just using tools and materials to create products. And next would be innovation, change, or modification of the natural environment to satisfy a human need or want. Taking the balsa to create a model bridge is the same thing you would do in the real world application. You would use steel or beams and create, again, a bridge to satisfy our need to get to the other side of the river. Okay? So that is, those are the concepts or objectives, technology education objectives that this activity covered.
Very well. Students reached various aspects in designing their bridges. What did they research, and how did this help them in designing their process?
Well, the design aspects are factors of bridge design and considerations in bridge building. And the design problem answered the questions, first of all, what should the length be of the bridge? What will the load or amount of material or weight will the bridge be able to sustain? What type of load and size of load will be able to cross on the bridge? What budget and specifications should be considered when building the bridge? How do load, compression, and tension work on a bridge as you're building it, and as the load passes across the bridge when it's being used? Those are all pretty basic things that you need to look at when doing bridge building or bridge design aspects, and also the efficiency of the model. We do a efficiency test, and it's a design test for seeing what the maximum load the bridge will hold. You can then calculate what the safe amount of weight that bridge would be able to have cross it, and then of course put up your weight limit signs.
Right.
So that's the, I guess, the design aspect of the project.
You always want to know how much you can hold, right?
That's right.
Now, what were and still are some of your goals from this grant?
Well, the goal of this grant was to provide the hands-on, minds-on activity to motivate and create success in the classroom. And I believe it did just that. And while completing technology education objectives, research indicates that experience in technology education classes have a positive impact on achievement in math and science, as well as on our standardized testing. Standardized testing being what it is today. Having, again, a course to reinforce those other courses, the math, sciences, and language arts, it doesn't hurt to review. It doesn't hurt to relearn or learn it in a different way, so that maybe we can, those students who didn't grasp it the first time would be able to get that in a more relaxed setting and a hands-on activity. So I think all the goals were met by completing this activity with the students in the classroom.
That's good. You always got to make your goals and complete them, right?
Absolutely.
How difficult do you think this project would have been without receiving the grant?
Well, without materials, tools, and equipment, technology education activities would not exist. It would not be possible. It would be a theory course, which is not what technology education is about. Technology education being hands-on, mind-on activities to reinforce other content areas.
Yeah, I'd find it very hard to have a tech ed class and just thinking about it instead of actually, doing it.
Yeah, if we had tools and materials,
Yeah.
here's what we would do.
Is there anything else that may not have covered that relates to this grant process that you would like to share?
Yeah, the grant opportunity really was positively affected the students involved in the learning process, and it created an excitement in the classroom that the students had to create. The students created themselves in just the activity. It's really important to have these types of activities to keep students interested, keep them learning, and I just can't say enough about having the opportunity to use grants like these and the resources in the classroom for these types of activities for learning. So,
is there anything else you would like to add to for the benefit for our viewers?
Yeah, I guess we need to state some of the facts in this production were taken from Bill Bertrand from the Department of Education and Technology Education in the Department of Education, and also the Technology Education Association of Pennsylvania. If you wanted to do any research on this topic, you could do a search on bridge building, and you'll find numerous different websites out there that will discuss the whole concept of model bridge building, and then of course its application to real world bridge building. There's several companies in the area that do just that and hire a large number of people having a general idea of the concepts involved with the activities that we do with technology education can lead over into our work application as well in future. On these other websites, Technology Education Association, you can learn more about what technology education is as well. And the Department of Education has a lot of information out there beyond, of course, technology education and the whole educational process in Pennsylvania as well. If you'd like any other information in the future, feel free to contact me.
Alrighty, will do. Well, that's our show for today. I'd like to thank our guest, Mr. Eric Grumley, a teacher here in the Armstrong School District and a writer of the grant that brought the art of design and building bridges to his classrooms. Our thanks go out to the TV production students of Kittanning High School, led by their teacher, Mr. Don Swanson. They were our film crew for today. Please join us again next week for another look at Armstrong School District's. Visit our website for updated information about the district, and have a great week.